What's up, everyone? Welcome to the BoM Podcast. I am your host, Aishan Shetty, and with me is my co-host, Bhumi Shetty. What's up, Bhumi?
What's up, guys? You tell me.
Today, we're going to be discussing the much-anticipated big blockbuster film, Dhurandhar 2, The Revenge, starring Ranveer Singh, the corpse of Akshaye Khanna, Sanjay Dutt, Arjun Rampal, Sara Arjun, and R. Madhavan. Let's get started. Uh, Definitely wanted to get this review out as soon as possible because I know people probably watched it over the weekend. So just a heads up, this is going to be a full spoiler review. So if you've not watched it and want to watch it and don't want things to be spoiled, please tune out of this episode. Again, putting that disclaimer again, if you're someone that gets triggered by these types of things, definitely tune out. So let's get started. Bhumi, what was your expectation going into this film?
I think I knew it was going to be good, but I did not see that coming.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I liked the first one a lot.
Mhm.
And I think it was both of our favorite movies of the year.
Yes.
In terms of entertainment, in terms of action sequences, in terms of performances. I think it just topped the entire list of movies that released last year.
Easy.
So I went in with also very high expectations, but I know we saw it on Saturday. The movie actually released on Wednesday. So there was a couple of days where I was definitely avoiding social media, reviews, and basically the internet to ensure that I just go in with a blank slate. So I was very happy that I did that because I think if I read the reviews, I think it would have maybe hyped me up a little too much in terms of going into the movie. But yeah, I think this is definitely overall a very, very good sequel to a film that was really good.
Yeah, we're not usually fans of sequels,
Yeah.
but this is one of the best sequels I've ever watched.
Yeah, no, definitely. So starting with the first scene, I think the first scene itself is when you compare it actually to the first movie, I think as far as intensity goes, I think both were very intense, but the second intro scene is just so powerful.
Yeah.
And just to discuss a little bit more about what happened, so Ranveer Singh enters, basically gets these guns from this arms and drugs dealer. So he takes those weapons to essentially rescue his sister, who is basically been abducted and kidnapped by these gundas who are trying to,
For like a small land dispute.
over a small land dispute, they kill his father, they do very bad things to his older sister, and they
And
kidnap. Yeah, they kidnap the younger one. So he's essentially just rescuing the sister. I think what I loved about the first scene alone, or the first 20 minutes of the movie, is I think we've seen a lot of vulgarity in terms of these. Well, I'm just gonna come out and say it, but like sexual violence against women. I mean, I can give you multiple examples of that. Jot being one of them from last year. I feel like Mirzapur and Patalok also kind of stray that line for sure. This film does a great job of sort of telling you what has happened without actually displaying it.
yeah,
And I think there's something very powerful, like you mentioned, like the sister scream, Ranveer
the
Singh's.
the way it's like done, like I have to say this. I feel like if I have to, I have to intro to Ranveer Singh, right? Who he is as an actor, I will show them this opening sequence.
For sure.
From him entering, like from him going with that friend to the last scene at the outhouse or wherever they like kept her.
For sure.
And I felt like it has a lot to do with the actors involved, like Ranveer Singh and the girl that plays his
Sister.
sister, Jasleen. There are no words exchanged, but each person sitting in that theater understood exactly what they did to her. Exactly what they did to her. And it just was such a well written scene. I had goosebumps in that scene.
Yeah.
And from him going from that crazy like blood shed in his eyes to when he sees his sister switching completely to this gentle brother of hers, like that just goes to speak about how I like this movie. Like as soon as the movie started in my head, I was like, oh, this is a great movie.
Yeah. No, it started off really well. I was a little skeptical that they would focus heavily on his training. And to be honest, I think the first movie did such a great job of building this world. And to sort of, I mean, based on the trailer, it seemed like it would take a step back from that and focus. At least my expectations was it was going to focus the entire first half on his training and how he came to be in Pakistan. But I'm so glad they just showed like maybe max like 25 minutes
25 minutes, yeah.
of his initial what had happened before him actually entering Pakistan
Yeah.
To what's currently going on.
Yeah.
So
Immediately back to where you left off. Like
Exactly.
immediately.
It doesn't waste too much time in the flashback
Yeah.
of things, which I really am so thankful for.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about, I think let's start with the performances and then we'll talk about the movie in general. So we'll start with Ranveer Singh. I think compared to the first, I think the first one was definitely a more subdued performance. And I felt like he was sort of sidelined, not sidelined, but like I think the other supporting characters definitely had
Stood
a
out
lot
more.
more to do.
Yeah.
But in this film, it's through and through a Ranveer Singh film. And
Yeah.
he is able to showcase a variety of different range.
Yeah.
Like a huge range. As an actor, he has incredible range. And he's really able to showcase that here.
Yes.
So if you're going to watch his film, definitely watch it for his performance alone.
I am a huge Ranveer Singh fan, so this is just gonna sound like a very biased review, but honestly, truly, even if I wasn't a Ranveer Singh fan, this would be a Ranveer Singh movie that I would have believed that he has killed it. Like from like as Aishan said, like every emotion, every range. It felt like he was just Kirat when he was just Kirat, and he was Hamza when he was Hamza. From the Haryanvi accent shifting to the Pakistani accent, like he's just done it so well.
Yeah.
And this is what I always feel about him. I feel like he is such a skilled artist. You can just see it in his performances that he's given it so much thought, and like he tries to do his best. So I just love that about him, and this performance is just a testament to what I just said. Like it was so good. I loved every second of it, and I'm glad that they had more of him in this movie, and they didn't have enough of him. Like not even that, because I was discussing this with Aishan also. I felt like he was in the sideline and subdued, but as how we see him, like how he comes across as a person, that is also very, you need skill to do the first Dhurandhar as well.
Exactly. No, definitely. I think before this, I would have said that Dhurandhar one is definitely Ranveer Singh's best performance, but I think this one is definitely his best that we've seen so far.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually insane. I was talking about this with a friend that we saw the movie with. I think the tides have turned completely in terms of just star power.
Yeah.
I think we had the three Khans
Yeah.
sort of ruling the box office for almost the 3 decades now. And it's insane that now that tide has completely turned. I think Ranbir Kapoor, Ranveer Singh, and even Vicky Kaushal, all three of them have sort of taken up that mantle.
Yeah. Finally.
Yeah, after a really long time. And it's refreshing to see.
Yeah.
This movie has made a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And I don't think we're going to get a movie like this in a while. So.
Yeah, it's like his career peak.
This is his career
Peak movie. Like this is what he'll be remembered by,
Definitely.
How many actors of the new generation have something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's just like goes to show.
I think let's move on to Madhavan next. Madhavan here surprisingly has actually not that big of a role, to be honest. I think he's there he's definitely here more.
He doesn't have screen time, but he has a big role.
He has a big role, yeah. But yeah, the screen time is definitely less than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Like Arjun Rampal had way more screen time. I felt like Sanjay Dutt and him had around similar.
I mean, I think Sanjay Dutt had a lot of screen time, to be honest.
In this one, right?
This one, yeah. But Madhavan didn't have too much.
Not-
Again, he's also sprinkled in there.
Yeah.
Again, really focused on the training aspect and then sort of the behind the scenes.
And then in the end.
In the end, yeah. I think he did a great job.
He's so good. Does he not?
Yeah, no, I think this definitely a step up for sure. And he just really embodies that character.
Yeah, even the person that this character is based on.
Yeah.
It's like he just like has embodied him from the mannerisms to like I feel like Maggie is great at dialogue-less acting.
Yeah.
That comes from majorly I feel like him having a southern career, like South Indian career. Because I feel like there is this like tendency of acting without words.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was able to create that intensity without having to do much in the movie.
Yeah. I think one thing I loved about this character is that he's so involved in the actual killing of these people. Like I remember in the first film, in the first scene, there was a terrorist who, said this dialogue, and they kind of tie it back. But the way they tie it back is really interesting. Just the way they've done it is just insane. Have you seen that meme that's been floating around?
Which one?
Of Ranveer Singh showing the camera. It's like when your relative tries to make you, when your parents try to make you talk to a relative. So that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, there are many meme-worthy moments throughout the movie, actually.
Yeah. Sweet. So that's Madhavan. Let's talk a little bit more about Sanjay Dutt. So I think Sanjay Dutt did a great job in this film, as always, just as well as the first one. But I think for me, I had a little bit of an issue with him switching, or I guess them switching him from what seemed to be a gray character in the first film, gray cop character, to a completely negative character in this film. I think it was definitely an interesting choice, but I don't know. I felt like it was sort of like the easy way out to sort of get rid of his character.
Yeah, they totally lost the plot on him.
Yeah.
You were saying about a really cool theory. How his death could have been way more impactful.
Yeah, no. So that also comes back to, if we're done talking about Sanjay Dutt, we can talk about Arjun Rampal real quick, because it ties back into that.
Yeah.
So basically, Arjun Rampal, I also would give sort of negative points here because I thought both of them did so well, but the way their characters were written were not up to par in comparison to Akshaye Khanna in the first film.
Yeah.
I think Arjun Rampal, if you look at him as a performer, he's actually brilliant in this film.
He's amazing.
But it just could have been so much more impactful and possibly actually even surpassing Akshaye Khanna in a lot of ways, because there are so many choices that they could have made to make his character feel like more of a threat.
Yeah.
Like I felt like throughout this film, Ranveer Singh's character is just continuously a step ahead of everyone else.
Yeah.
Which sort of, in a 4-hour runtime movie gets boring, right? Like, I'll give you a couple of examples of how I feel Arjun Rampal character could have been a lot stronger. The first thing is he could have killed Sanjay Dutt's character. They sort of hinted at that in the beginning of the film.
I thought that's what was going to happen.
Even I thought that was going to happen, but it does not happen. And I don't know, I just felt like it would have been way more impactful for him to kill an ally of Ranveer Singh's, as opposed to
like maybe the Alam Dood guy.
Yeah, and even killing that guy.
Yeah.
Like the choice that they made to have Ranveer Singh kill the Alam Dood guy.
Yeah, Alam Dood so far. Gaurav
Gera.
Yeah.
To kill him, that didn't make any sense. That also was not impactful at all to me.
I mean, I wouldn't say not impactful at all. Like, Tujhe Ghar Di Yaad Nahi Aayi Jassi has to be the best, one of the most shocking interval dialogues ever. Okay? That hit. That's for sure. I feel like they had enough padding for that,
I
to
don't
be
know.
honest.
I felt like that also was extremely forced, the brother-in-law aspect. I was just like rolling my eyes. I'm like, you guys were going so realistic, and now all of a sudden you have this on
No, I mean, it's like creative leeway, right? But they gave enough like padding. I felt like they had a good fielding set for this storyline. He is the one that gets him the guns, right? In the beginning, from the same person that's their contact in on that side. And he gets the same guns from the same people to use in his like to like save his sister.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
You know,
what
so it's just like a round.
they could have done without the brother-in-law from music.
No, but like that is that is where we lose Alam, right? That's also a pretty emotional scene.
Yeah, I don't know.
He has
Felt
to
like it would have
kill him, right?
See where the movie lacks is how it wrote its negative characters, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like my solution to that is have him kill or torture or do something bad to the people around the protagonist.
Exactly. So that would have made sense, but I feel like even the route they took, it was pretty like I felt like it I can see that having a polarized, audience.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna go full, if you're gonna have Arjun Rampal in the first movie, do something so brutal, and then he doesn't really get to do anything brutal here.
Yeah.
To be honest.
And actually, he even says in that this is what happens to Indian spies.
Exactly.
And they could have like brought it back. It would have definitely been more impactful. And then if he did that to either Alam, it would have felt more avengeful.
Avengeful, exactly. Whereas
like a win.
At the end, you're like kind of like, okay, like let's wrap this up because it's not him finally killing Arjun Rampal. It didn't feel like as crazy as Akshaye Khanna, right?
Yeah, because they gave Akshaye Khanna's character a lot of shades. They make you like kind of shown his softer side through his like wife and kids and how he is for his brother and how he is for his people. So, they were able to connect that backstory way more better. They didn't show anything about Arjun Rampal's actual like backstory. Only the fact that his father was like verbally abusive.
And his daughter and like
like it was just like a glimpse. I feel like they failed at any kind of for Arjun Rampal.
Yeah.
Arjun Rampal's character.
I felt like maybe they could have just added a little bit more to that character. Overall, though, I was a little disappointed with the choices that they made with Sanjay Dutt's character and Arjun Rampal's. I want to talk about Akshaye Khanna because he's not in this film, and you can definitely feel his absence.
100%.
Like, there's like a gaping hole.
Yeah.
And it's just feels a little empty.
Yeah.
I think the supporting characters and Ranveer Singh obviously do as much as they can to fill that hole.
Yeah.
But in a 4-hour runtime, it's very difficult because there's something you can definitely feel like something's missing. It's like when you have your first cup of coffee with sugar and cream, and then immediately have your second cup of coffee and it's black, and you can just taste how bitter it is a little bit. That's definitely how I felt with this movie and his absence.
I love how all your analogies are food related.
Yep. Do you feel that as well?
I 100% felt that because he made such a huge impact in the first one. I was almost like when I finished the movie, I was almost hoping that they killed him off in the beginning of this one.
Yeah, I know. I was like, if you're gonna, I don't know. Okay, I'm really pissed off actually because when we watch this film and the beginning credits are rolling, I get really pissed off because it doesn't make any sense. They've given Akshaye Khanna the second billing of this film, and they only show him as a corpse. There's no flashback scene. There's no nothing. It makes no sense.
You're just upset because you were looking forward to seeing him in the movie.
Well, if you're going to have him as the second billing, then yeah, I would assume.
This is a continuation of the first one. The only reason they called you to the theater twice is because they can't show you a 10-hour long movie. So if he's in the first one and his name is mentioned every 10 minutes.
How billing works is if they're actually in the film. Oh, so not in that part, then doesn't make any sense. But
moving
anyways, moving on. I want to talk about very quickly the star, in my opinion, of the entire film, which is Rakesh Bedi, who was incredible.
He was so good. Even in the first one, he was amazing. But in this, he was even more amazing because of the ending.
Because of the ending, and we are going to go ahead and spoil it. But yes, he is the agent that's been in Pakistan for 45 years.
And kind of like on the back seat supporting him.
Exactly. And everything just sort of lines up.
Yeah.
When that reveal happened, it threw me off completely. I was like not expecting it at all.
Yeah, I knew someone was in the car, but I didn't think it was him.
Yeah, very crazy. But yeah, no, I really liked him in this movie, I think. And he was good in the first movie.
He was great.
But I think I liked him more in this one.
Yeah, I loved him in this one.
And then we can quickly talk about Sara Arjun.
She is fantastic. I cannot wait to see what she's gonna do with her acting career, because that girl has crazy potential.
She was really good in this, honestly. I think she shined in like the emotional moments. And
very good acting. And like, again, like even the scene where they're like going back and forth on the phone, the last scene, I feel like she doesn't have that much screen time either.
Yeah.
But whatever she has just understood the assignment, not a little over, not a little under, just the perfect amount of acting.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, I agree. I like that they didn't have too much of that, the romance. In there.
Yeah. Because it's not about, the movie is not about that.
It's not about that. Yeah. I wanted to talk a little bit more about just the movie in general. So this is definitely a continuation, but do you think they rushed this film? Like they rushed like putting it out?
I don't know, but as we were discussing yesterday also, it felt like slightly less effort taken than the previous one.
I agree.
Because even the VFX and all, as we were discussing,
I think the VFX
is significantly...
It's a step down.
Yeah,
it's a significant step down.
Yeah.
VFX, I thought the cinematography was not as good.
Yeah.
I thought the background music was also not as good.
Even the screenplay in the first one was slightly better than the second one, I felt. Like the cuts and,
Yeah, definitely. The action set pieces were not as good. Like if I can tell you, I guess with the first one, they had so many different action set pieces that were so unique. This one does have it. I'm not saying that, but if you have two scenes where there's a gang on this side and a gang on the other side, and they're just shooting at each other, and then you have Ranveer Singh just jumping over a car and shooting. Like, if he's done that twice in a film, that's a little much, I feel. And I feel like that was done like...
Yeah, but like when I'm saying this, I mean it was this good, and then this one was like somewhere here.
Yeah.
But it was still very, very good. I enjoyed the whole time. It's not that. I just felt like, expectation-wise and what they have done in one, this is where it like kind of fell short, I feel like.
Yeah, no, definitely. I wanted to talk a little bit more about the subplots in this film.
Yeah.
So let's like quickly come back to that subplot of the brother-in-law. Again, thought that was super.
So I feel like the reason why you don't feel the 4 hours in this movie is because there's like 100 subplots going on at the same time.
Yeah.
It's like adult Coco Melon, to be honest. It's like constantly like changing, and you have to be at 100% usage of your brain at all times, which is why you don't feel the length unless you watch the movie where we watched it and then they don't give you an interval. Then you feel.
Yeah, that was tough.
But what was I saying? What was the question? I have fully lost her.
No, I was just saying the forced subplot.
Yeah, I didn't find it to be forced, the brother-in-law angle.
Yeah, I thought that. I don't know why, I just felt it to be forced. I was like, it seems so unnecessary.
Okay.
And
what you said would have made more sense. I'm agreeing with that. I just feel like this is another route that they took. And they did like a good fielding according to me. With like in the beginning, he tells her his sister also, like if he doesn't leave all this, you can't, don't marry him. Like he was shown like the friend that's into all of this, right? And Pathankot, even geographically, is at the border.
Yeah.
So, so where they're from, probably like the ideology behind this movie, in the movie, is that, all this happens there. So, yeah, but it didn't hit it. What you said would have definitely hit harder.
Yeah. And then there was all this talk about Bade Saab, and I'm like, dude, that didn't cast any dude. There was talks about Imran Hashmi being Bade Saab.
But that's what Indian masses
But why?
do,
And it
right?
didn't
They
end up
take a
being-
thing and then they run with it.
Yeah, it didn't end up being. I mean, I personally didn't feel like it did anything. Like,
But it was a good decision.
no, it was a good decision.
Yeah.
They made a
Someone famous.
great decision not to have a star play Bade Saab.
Yeah.
And they did the right move of just keeping a normal actor,
Yeah.
and he did justice to the role. So
Yeah, and I feel like for a mainstream actor to play Bade Saab is also, I wouldn't think the PR would be like, yeah, go for it,
no,
do it, So it's very, like, it's tricky. So it's anyways good that there wasn't too much shown.
sure.
And plus, it was not someone, like, I feel like that was a googly by Aditya Dhar.
Yeah.
I keep guessing it's literally someone unknown.
No, for sure. Cool. Let's talk a little bit more about the music. I guess, what did you think of the music? The BGM is definitely not as good, right?
The BGM is definitely not as good in the sense that in the first one, the songs chosen plus the situation it was used with had more harmony.
Okay.
In this one, if you're gonna do a full circle moment, okay, and try to recreate a Akshaye Khanna Fasla, this was not the song in my opinion.
I agree. I think it was such an easy song to pick.
Felt a little bad for Ranveer because I felt like finally he's not one of the bodyguards. It's like his moment. It's like, and Shere Baloch has been going on since the first thing. So it was like a big moment. I hope, and already this song is already remade in Airlift. So, I felt like that was the wrong choice.
Yeah, it just seemed like an obvious,
Yeah.
oh, let me just pick like the most popular Arabic song
Yeah.
without giving it much thought. I agree.
Yeah.
I think Fasla was something that like only true people that like really listen to Arabic music
Yeah.
be like, wow, okay, wow, I'm so glad they chose that song.
Like a more niche song. I hope they chose a more niche song and definitely something more upbeat.
It's like when you walk into a club, right? And there's like a white DJ and he sees a bunch of Indian kids and then just sort of connect. He starts playing Beware of the Boys in the club to sort of like connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I felt like here.
So yeah, exactly. So that even I felt that. But I have to give a special shout out. I love that they used Tamma for that scene. That was so good.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about there's the BGM.
Yeah.
But then there's also the renditions.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the renditions in this film were better than the second. The first, sorry.
I feel like, but still, overall, as an album, it's like banger after banger after banger after banger, the first one.
I disagree. I think there are some that are good. Like, I like the title and I like his intro whenever he enters the helicopter thing. The bus, I mean, when he enters the bus.
No, Monica is so good. Tere Naal Nachna is such a good song.
I don't know. I'm not really a fan of those songs.
Okay. So
I think like for the renditions though, I thought like Hum Pyar Karne Wale.
Yeah, Hum Pyar Karne Wale was good.
Tirchi, Topiwale,
Yeah.
Tamma. These are like great songs. They're not obvious choices.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean that was the theme going in even in the first one also. I felt like.
I think that's such a popular song.
Yeah, but one popular song they can use now. What's the big deal?
I don't know.
It was a great, but Monica's was perfect for that fight.
Even Rambaho is like, I feel like that rendition.
Don't say anything about Rambaho.
But yeah, overall, the BGM was okay. I thought the background music was not.
Yeah, this one it didn't hit as hot.
That's good. What do you think about Yami Gautam?
It's so sweet, yeah. That's his wife. I loved it. And
did you know that it was gonna come?
No, I didn't. I did the same thing that you did.
Okay.
I didn't see a single thing. I didn't talk to a single person that watched the movie. I said, I don't want to know anything. I don't want to talk about it till I'm watching it. So I was pretty serious about it. And I feel like no one was talking about it in our house. We all three were thinking the same thing. That's our FYPs, not a single reel. No, from the movie. Didn't even look at like. Yeah, nothing. I was on social media, but nothing came up because I was like actively avoiding it. But yeah, it was sweet, and it was like I love when a director or a filmmaker has these. It's like their the zeal for their work shows through when they're trying to do little Easter eggs and they're trying to do that go that extra mile for the betterment of the movie as a whole. Yeah, I thought one thing, like in regards to Easter eggs, I love that they reference his older films. Yeah. But they don't do that multiverse type nonsense. Exactly. I think people are fatigued of it now. Yeah, even like the references is also tastefully done. Violence, extremely violent. If you thought the first one was violent, you're not gonna like the violence in this one because it's way, way it's definitely more, yeah. It's definitely more. But again, it's always tasteful. Like I feel like it's like there's a purpose to it. Yeah, yeah. Same thing in this also I felt. Yeah, ultraviolet. Yeah, it's a bit more. Yeah, no, I like the cameo. I thought it was pretty good. The cameo was cute, and then the Easter egg was cameo is a cameo. It's fine. It's his wife, but her character is named the same thing in Hawk. Hawk, yeah. So it was. I felt like that was a sweet touch. I mean, that just means she walked off the set to film this. Literally. Yeah. No, I thought overall it was like a pretty good movie, and like, what did you think of the 4 hour length? Did you feel it? Not at all. Yeah, I felt it at some places. Not at all, meaning like I feel like obviously some action sequences could have been shorter. The end sequence where his and Arjun Rampal's nothing impactful was happening. Even when he cuts his foot off, it's so badly done. Yeah. Only their fight with the chain was good. I like that. Yeah, that was good. There's a part right before the chains where Ranveer Singh is on top of the roof and he's like jumps on him. Yeah, dude, that was so bad, and I'll tell you why. Because they basically I guess Arjun Rampal didn't show up for set that day because his stunt double is running, and they superimposed Arjun Rampal's face to basically do a 180. Yeah. And it just looks so bad. Like, I'm like thinking in my head, like, why did they rush to release this film? They could have pushed it back a month and really like dotted the I's and crossed the T's. Yeah. So yeah, that took a little bit away. And I've been seeing reels of like, when he's in the bathroom and the fight scene in the bathroom. Yeah. There's apparently like you can see like the camera guy in the mirror. Oh, really? Yeah. I didn't notice that. And I'm like, dude, like, this is like, it's 2026. You should be able to fix this. 2026, you should be able to fix it, and you have no room for these types of errors. Errors, yeah. And if that means chopping off like 30, 40 minutes from a 4 hour film, then do it. Yeah. But yeah, I felt like this one wasn't as crisp, right? So in terms of editing and action sequences. But still, I think as a duo film, like one conglomerate, I think it was definitely entertaining. It's very, very well written though. Like I don't want to say it's like, I'm not saying that everything shown in the movie is real, but if you go and do a little research, a lot of the storylines may not have happened due to the same reason, but even the guy, the Javed Khanani or something, the one where he pushes him off the thing. Pushes him off the money laundering guy he's like, now what do I do? The 500,000s are done. So yeah. He pushes him off. Yeah. So, I saw some reel about this, and that guy, the person that person is inspired off of, he died the same exact way. So it's like little things like that where they put the effort into writing something that has happened and mending it into a fictional movie. Yeah. Is like so beautifully done, like a lot of the facts are real, so it just makes the movie more impactful. Yeah. Even I think the way Sanjay Dutt dies, it's actually the way that he was supposed, his character, is, I guess, what his character is based off of, right? Yeah. Aslam. SBR
SB
Aslam.
Aslam, right?
Yeah.
Dies in that ring.
Yeah.
Like, there's like an explosion, he dies, right?
Yeah.
So I think certain things they definitely tie. It's like putting a bunch of true events
And then
and just sort of like stringing them together.
yeah, and then you have a pin which is Jaskirat or Hamza, and you're like making a story about his life using these events and like some true facts.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's almost like Lal Singh checked out.
Yeah.
Like those things happen,
Yeah.
but it's like a sort of fictional.
Mental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I liked it though. I think it was like a really good film. I think there's again, this is a polarizing film. Like people are gonna dislike it, people are gonna like it. The politics of it, I think we don't really look at it. I know it's hard not to look at the politics of it because it's a political film, but
It's not a political film. It's a movie about politics.
it's a movie about politics. So it's hard to discuss. Like
Yeah.
honestly speaking, it's hard to discuss it without talking about the politics. But again, our channel is not really about that, so that's why we're straying away from it. But yeah, I think as a film and
Yeah, that doesn't mean we don't have opinions. We just don't find it important to share them here.
Exactly. But no, yeah, overall, like enjoyed this film. I think it's definitely one of my favorite films of the year so far. I know we're only
100%.
3 months in.
Yeah.
I'm sure we have a good lineup this year, so hopefully something surpasses it. But yeah, no, I
Yes,
think
a huge congratulations to Ranveer Singh on this long-awaited, well-deserved win, in my opinion. Sorry.
yeah, I think no one can deny that at least his performance is really good.
Yeah, the post-credit scenes were a bit overhyped, I felt like.
Yeah, the post-credit scenes are
Yeah.
so unnecessary. Like I don't think there's gonna be a Dhurandhar 3. I hope they don't make a Dhurandhar 3 because I think 2 films is enough.
It's like, now don't touch it.
Now leave it alone.
Yeah.
Let's move on to something else. And then
You guys have already created history. It can't be done thrice.
yeah.
Because we know so much, there'll be way more criticism. So in theory also, it doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
I don't think so. And there's not much more you can do with this
Yeah.
story. So yeah, I think they ended it on a good note. So what would you give this film out of 5?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
4.5.
4.5. What did you give the first one?
5.
Okay. I gave the first one a 4.5, and I'm giving this one a 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So still very good.
Yeah.
Especially for this, like, yeah.
Yeah, and we always advocate for keeping the cinema culture alive. And on that note, I want to say this is one of the movies that you watch in the theater.
Yeah.
So I highly urge, go with a loved one and enjoy this movie. Get a big tub of popcorn and enjoy this movie in a cinema ghar, because that's where you're supposed to watch this movie.
Yeah. I rewatched the first one at home on Netflix. It was good. I'm not saying that it wasn't good, but I definitely didn't like it as much as
It hits different in the
yeah,
theater.
it's different in the theater. So definitely huge advocates of the theater. Definitely go and watch it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. I really wanted to just quickly come on here and just talk about this film. I know a lot of people are curious to know whether to go watch it or not. And yeah, that's it.
We say, go watch it.
Yeah, sure. But thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll check you guys out next time.
Bye.